is up, everybody? My name is Advance, and this is Advanced Sports Talk. So, man, exciting Sunday. This whole season has been exciting, to say the least. Alright, so let's get into these Sunday games. First off, we're going to start off with the most anticipated game. Los Angeles Chargers versus the Baltimore Ravens. Expected this to be more of a competitive game. And the Ravens ended up stomping the Chargers 34-6. But you know what? For the Chargers being 4-2 at the top of their division, you know, I couldn't have picked a better team for them to lose to. So yeah, man. The Ravens was on fire though. Like Latavius Murray, Le'Veon Bell, Mark Andrews, Devontae Freeman, all with touchdowns. Of course, Justin Tucker is gonna get his kicks in. So Lamar Jackson, 19 for 27 for 167 yards. A bit on the low end, but you know, Lamar gets the yards with his legs, with his legs. Yeah, Mark Andrews, the leading receiver, 5 receptions for 68 yards and 1 touchdown. Justin Herbert, 22 for 39 for 195 yards. Looks like that Ravens defense was a little bit too much for him. But if they're going to lose to anybody, why not lose to the Ravens? This game definitely featured two of I would say the top 5 that's in conversation for that MVP slot. Ravens beat the Chargers 34-6. Next, we got the London game. London, where they take two teams that nobody really has any interest in watching and they throw them together in not necessarily a primetime spot, but nonetheless, they got a game all to themselves, that's not covered up by anybody else. So yeah, and I must say they did put on a very impressive showing. Tua's first game back from injury. The Jaguars, Miami Dolphins versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars ended up winning 23-20. Last minute walk-off field goal is what sealed it. Oh man, but Tua came back 33 for 47, 329 yards, 2 touchdowns, threw 1 interception. Trevor Lawrence, 25 for 41, 319. So, I mean, he's Trevor Lawrence is coming along, but, Jacksonville's in a rebuilding phase. James Robinson did all right. 17 carries for 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Marvin Jones, 7 out of 10 targets for 100 yards on the dot and 1 touchdown. Jalen Waddle balling out, 10 out of 13 targets for 2 touchdowns. They represented the league over in London very well. Next, Cincinnati Bengals versus the Detroit Lions. And Joe Burrow, once again, exhibiting his will on an unsuspecting defense. Bengals beat the Lions 34-11. Jamar Chase, 4 out of 6 receptions for 97 yards. Next, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins. And man, they got tired of being kicked around the last few weeks. And the Chiefs stomped the football team 31-13. Of course, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was out for this game, so Darrell Williams ended up getting his starting job back temporarily, of course. I don't know, but if he keeps putting up performances like what he did on Sunday, then he might not get it back. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire might not get that job back. He might have to earn it back or wait for an untimely injury. Taylor Heineke throwing for a little bit less than what he normally than what he threw for last week. 182, 24 for 39, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But yeah, he stepped up and he's stepped into that leadership role that Washington should have gave him at the beginning of the season. But hey, when you pay Fitzpatrick, you gotta play Fitzpatrick. So, hey, that makes sense. Next, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Carolina Panthers. This game ended up going into overtime with Kirk Cousins throwing a touchdown pass to, what the hell is this? KJ Osborne. KJ Osborne, is he a rookie? He was drafted last year. Okay, yeah. So Adam Thielen, 11 catches for 11 receptions out of 13 targets for 126 yards. I think that's the first time that's the first big game that I've seen out of him. Dalvin Cook back in action, 29 carries for 140 yards. That's how you make sure the backup doesn't get your job. Kirk Cousins, 33 for 48 for 373 yards. Sam Darnold, 17 for 41 for 207. Vikings stomped the Panthers 34 to 28. Well, no, they didn't stomp them. They beat them in overtime. Next, the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. Man, and Carson Wentz got their second win of the season. Colts beat the Texans 31-3. I don't know how long they're gonna keep this up while Tyrod Taylor's injured, or I don't even know if he's coming back this season. But yeah, the Texans got to do something. I mean, because Davis Mills, 29 for 43, 243 yards, 2 interceptions. He is not throwing touchdown passes. Brandon Cooks, 9 out of 13 targets for 89 yards. So he's getting them the ball, just got to move it. Man, Jonathan Taylor, back-to-back touchdown runs in the late third quarter and in the late fourth quarter. Yeah, Wentz found his rhythm. Next, the LA Rams versus the New York Giants. And they thought that the Giants was gonna, bring that that mojo that they had last week. Oh, I'm sorry, the mojo that the Giants had 2 weeks ago when they played the Saints. But I don't know, for whatever reason, it looks like they just didn't. They just hadn't had it the last couple of weeks. So unfortunately, they ended up losing to the Rams. Rams beat them 38-11. Next, the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. And yeah, Rodgers was fired up for this game. Now, I know it's an NFC North matchup, but still, like, when he rushed in for a touchdown, he brought back the discount double check, So, hey, he had there was a lady in the seat in the end zone that was flipping him the bird. She gave him the double Austin. And and Aaron Rodgers responded with, "I still fucking own you." Like, I mean, yeah, they like, for a while the Packers were the dominant in that division, and he always owned Chicago. So, man, Packers beat the Bears 24-14. And next, I'm sure that this game surprised everybody, even me. I thought that, I had been picking the Cardinals. I thought that the game was going to be a lot closer than this, but Arizona Cardinals versus the Cleveland Browns. Cardinals went into Cleveland and they just swarmed all over them, 37-14. Kyler Murray was having a blast. 20 for 30. 229 yards and 4 touchdowns. All right, so he wasn't having that much of a blast. Baker Mayfield, 19 for 28. 234 yards and 2 touchdowns. Looks like James Conner did the brunt of the running as I think Chase Edmonds was still nursing an injury. Yeah, Kareem Hunt, 14 carries for 66 yards. He got taken off the field. Donovan Peoples-Jones, DPJ, 4 out of 5 receptions for 100 yards, 101 yards. Man, so I'll say this: with the Browns having a Thursday night game coming up, it's not looking too good for them. Because Baker's arm is in a sling. Kareem Hunt was carted off of the field. Nick Chubb was already out for this game. So I don't know, do they just bring in the backup or what? Next, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. I almost called them Oakland. Teddy's been looking good these last couple of weeks. These last few weeks, actually, all season. But you can't throw interceptions. Yeah. If that's one thing, of course, me being a Tampa fan, I know. You cannot throw interceptions. But like other than that though, 35 for 49, 334 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah. But those 3 interceptions though. Derek Carr looking like he had an all-star day. 18 for 27 for 341 yards and 2 touchdowns. Oh snap. Henry Ruggs, 3 receptions for 90 out of 4 targets for 97 yards and 1 touchdown. Raiders beat the Broncos 34-24. Next, the Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots. In this game, it looks like New England was actually in control of this game for the most part. Then Dallas went up. Dallas took the lead, kept New England around, made a game of it, went into overtime. Then finally, walk-off touchdown from CeeDee Lamb in final overtime sealed the deal. Cowboys beat the Patriots 35-29. Dak, 36 for 51. That's still dangerously high, even for Dak, especially with a shoulder injury. 445 yards and 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Mac Jones, 15 for 21, 229 yards and 2 touchdowns. Damian Harris rushing for 101 yards. Kendrick Bourne, 75 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 9 out of 11 targets for 149 yards. Zeke, a very unimpressive 69 yard. Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, man. Final score for that game was 35-29. That'll do it for the breakdowns of the Sunday game. In other news, sorry, I got so many compliments on this shirt, I decided to rock it. Move the mic so you can see it. Goal Assassin. On the back, it lays out the basic blueprint for succeeding in life. Advance. Advance some more. Advance again. Then repeat. So I might put the link for that in the description so that anyone watching can go ahead and purchase it. Drop the show a little bit of support. So give me some damn respect. But in any case, so that's it. I'll see y'all later on. My name is Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. on everything. I'm out.